Hey guys, Alex from Cobalt Gaming here, and today I am doing an overview of a up-and-coming game which should be released very shortly, Trials Fusion. This is the sequel to Trials Evolution and Trials Evolution Gold Edition if you're on PC. And I'm basically going to show you the ins and outs of the game and give you my rating over the end. Here I just turned up the music because I actually quite enjoyed it. I'm going to show you the video settings, and I will also display the recommended PC specs to run the game. I would have put the minimum on, but I didn't have enough space. As you can see, I am using the highest settings you can get, since my PC blows the recommended specs out of the water. I wasn't quite sure about the ambient occlusion because it can be a bit of a dodgy setting to put in. Here are the basic controls. You've just got the basic forward, backwards, left, lean right, lean left, retry a bail, and the FMX tricks, which will be explained later. I didn't actually pay attention to them as I looked at them, funny enough. I ended up forgetting a couple of the keys and I had to go back every now and again. Here is the notification area and message notification thingies. It'll basically say if Red Links has like a new announcements, or if you've unlocked different things and you haven't actually realized. Now, what I liked about the UI of, I think it's the UI or the GUI, whichever one, of Trials Fusion is it's easy to approach. When you want to get to a certain point, you can just click that button and it'll take you straight to where you want to be. So I wanted to get here to change the color of my roach, which I changed it to a mint greenish because I like mint green, and I found it so quickly. I didn't actually see any color differences with that in there, and it shows you what you need to do to get a certain thing as well. I didn't actually show that though. If I wanted to change the wheels like I showed you there, I could. I changed them to the shuriken ones. If I want to change my rider here, when it loads. One thing is though, instead of how Trials Evolution played it, where it gave you like a big list of what you could unlock, they've showed you different outfits which you can get. You'll unlock different ones at different times instead of having to buy them, like on Trials Evolution, and you could basically just mix and match different ones that you like the look of. I like the look of the outside as well. They even put the statistics in the garage instead of giving it its own little section, which was kind of buried underneath everything else. So let's get straight into the career. Wait, what am I doing on here? I was just showing the different buttons. I wanted to know what the step was. So let's get straight into the career, which is where you play single player. Go to mission. I didn't want to have like a biased sort of first impressions video because it may have turned out terrible later on. So I decided to play a couple just so I can get a feel of what the game was about. Now, you may see the challenges thing. I'll explain that shortly. But that wasn't actually in Trials Evolution. As you can see, it's bright. It looks very nice. This is in full HD. Obviously, it's being downscaled due to my crappy internet not being able to upload 1080p videos. Ragdolls are as funny as ever. Just twat my face across the thing. I don't know what happened to my arm there. It just kind of like bleh, broke. So you'll notice here that I do 7 backflips, and I land it, and it says challenge completed. Challenges are basically little things that you can do within the normal track to give you extra XP. They didn't actually have that during the time I played Trials Evolution, so it gives you another reason to go back to the track and replay it so that you can get these challenges to get the extra XP. And it just gives it, you know, a bit more game time, even if some of them do seem hard. They are obviously possible. Now, this map actually confused the living daylights out of me when I first played on it, because of everything's, you know, shifting and switching. I was kind of like, where should I go? Should I stop? Should I continue going really quickly? But I ended up completing it, as you can see. And I like these little end cutscene bits where it's just silly little things that happen. Like, the rider always ends up in a steaming pile of shit, essentially. But here I am in a pile of fire. The end screen, results screen, is actually fairly simple. Shows the level up bar, the leaderboards, what you got. Let's hop onto the other one. This is a skill game, but I didn't actually realize that at the time. So you will see me fail a couple of times. I kind of had to skip most of it because I decided I wanted to go straight for the gold, and I ended up not being able to get it for like 400 tries later. I joke you not. So I kind of came to the realization that it wasn't what I thought it was. I thought you just had to get down and try and get as much air as you could without actually bailing. I didn't actually read the little text that popped up. I was like, oh shit, why didn't I read it before? Here I only just got silver, I believe. Yeah, I only just got silver here. And I kind of thought, well, where's the gold? And I kind of noticed gold line here. I thought this was a definite gold. But then I saw the yellow goldy line, which is the bit where it kind of marks out this is where you're going to get gold. So aim for here. I think I get it on this run. Only just though, if you notice, I kind of smack my nose right on the line. So it's just like, you know what, I'll be nice and give it you. This little bit is basically the technique tutorials. As you go to play more difficult levels, they'll basically just show you how to get through most of them. At the end of every map, well, every stage, they'll kind of throw something you've never actually tried on, like these bunny hops, for example. They'll throw some of them in there and you'll try and figure them out yourself. You'll get a basic gist of what you're doing, but you won't actually fully understand what the hell you're doing, and I kind of break my neck. I was never really that good at bunny hops, honestly. I didn't actually realise I had to continue going here. I thought it would stop me there and teach me how to go down the wall, but then I remembered that it taught you at the very start. Now, this bit, I don't actually understand what happened. If you watch, I gently tap the thing and I just have an aneurysm. I just die. But yeah, this bit is basically self-explanatory. It just teaches you how to go from point A to point B on each different track as it throws different stuff at you. It basically gives you a general gist of what you're doing and sends you on your way, really. I didn't actually mean to die there. I thought I would survive it, but I guess my cockiness got the better of me and I ended up dying at the very end, especially when recording. If I wasn't actually recording at that point, I could have actually made it. It's a funny thing when it comes to recording things. This is another tutorial level, but it's showing the FMX part of the game, which hasn't actually been used yet in any of these any other part of this video. I don't think I actually use it in any other part of the video anyway. Now, the FMX is basically tricks that you can do in midair to gain more points. I'm guessing some of the later levels actually make you have to try and get to a certain point before you, point threshold before you can actually get a certain medal. So let's say for bronze you need 10,000, for silver you need 30,000, and for gold you need 400,000. I know the jump was kind of stupid, but knowing this game, it would throw something silly like that at you. So I'm guessing it would be used more for skill games, maybe, or it could be used just to make your overall rank slightly better in normal point A to point B games, like most of trial games. One thing I actually like about this one section is the shading that they use. I notice it now, which I didn't actually notice in game, but the shading in this looks really nice, especially with the smaller lights. I found that little section pretty awesome as well. Now, here, I don't understand what happens, but this is the normal stuff you see within Trials games. For some reason, you will just get trapped in your bike for the silliest poses, and then just kind of like fail randomly. It can be hysterical at times. When actually recording, I was laughing my arse off. But after seeing it 1,000 times while editing, obviously it kind of loses its funniness. Except that mechanical human motorbike bird thing, that's still quite funny. Alright, so as I go back to show you the different stages, this is all the amount of stages you will get. Obviously some are going to be locked during beta, because you know, you don't want to complete the game in beta and then have to redo it as the game releases. Overall, at the moment, the game is actually quite enjoyable. Let's go into a different game play section and explain a bit further of the challenges. Now, I already did the backflipping challenge, but what I noticed in this level the most was different ways you could actually finish. Now, as I get towards this part, you'll see two ways. One way is the giant loop-de-loop, and the other way is down here. Now, there are actually three ways of completing this. Sorry about the mouse being in the way as well with the screen, I just realised that. But there are actually three ways of completing this. You can complete it using the loop-de-loop, you can complete it without using the loop-de-loop, and you can complete it while going through the warp place. I think they call it the warp. I can't quite remember. Now, this one mission was actually very tricky. If I didn't do the advanced techniques and I wasn't a previous player of the Trials games, I wouldn't have any idea what to do during most of them, like the bunny hops and getting up these steep hills. But steep hills weren't actually my forte when playing Trials Evolution. They were the ones that I got stuck on the most, as you can see by the counter going up very steadily from a 32 to a 16 to a 19.8. But yeah, as you can see, I completed the warp zone. Warp zone 1. I'm guessing they've got more warp zones then. And that basically just adds a bit of extra length. It makes you want to go back and complete it. It adds to replayability within the different levels. So, here is another example of a level. I kind of had to restart it because I didn't really want to go through without... Wait, I didn't want to go through with a fault. There you go. Now, overall, for graphics, I would rate it a 9 out of 10. It's definitely a vast improvement from Trials Evolution, and the different options which it give you is a vast improvement also, which is actually a shock for a Ubisoft game. For sound, I'm gonna have to give it a 10 out of 10. I really like the sounds. The motorbike sounds sound amazing. The voice acting is funny as ever, and especially the AI's voice sounds pretty nice how they've edited it to an AI. What else would I give it? The art style is amazing. I would give that a 9 out of 10. It reminds me of a slightly more futuristic Mirror's Edge, maybe? More colourful, bright Mirror's Edge. One problem I had with the game was an awful screen tear, but I managed to get rid of that by forcing adaptive VSync in the graphics options. Also, how fun this game was and what its replayability will be. I have so much fun with the game. I will be on this game forever when it actually releases. I'm not gonna stop playing it for any other reason. And seems like at the moment they're trying to add replayability to it because the last game actually lacked somewhat in replayability. And it seems like they're trying to sort that out in this one. So, the final verdict? Overall, I think I'm gonna go with a 10 out of 10 for this. If you guys are thinking of picking it up, I definitely would. Now, if you want to see more of this, please leave a rating and possibly give a recommendation of what I can do next in the comments. And I shall see you guys in whatever I upload next. Bye!